Welcome, I'm Chris Christensen, the creator of Blogger Bridge. Blogger Bridge was created to help companies connect with content creators, bloggers, podcasters, videographers that they want to work with. Let me show you the way the Blogger Bridge works. For companies, there are three major functions in Blogger Bridge, and the first of these is search. Search helps you identify which bloggers, which content creators you want to work with. Let's see how that works. To use Search in Blogger Bridge, log in with a premium account and then click the Search tab. From the Search tab, we have a choice of what bloggers we're looking for. So for instance, I want to do a guest post. I can look here for bloggers specifically who only accept guest posts, and then I can say that I'm looking for a topic. In this case, it's a guest post about adventure travel. So I'm going to do a guest post about adventure travel here, and I want to go with a blogger who's been around for a while. So I'm going to look for people who've been blogging for at least 5 years. And then I have some questions here on location. We're going to get back to that one. I can look for specific bloggers by name or keyword, but what I want to do here is I want to look for someone who has a social media following, at least 20,000 people, because I want this to be out on Twitter a bit. I could also look for somebody who has said they do about a specific place. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to sort this by Alexa rank, and that is a third-party estimate of traffic. So if I do this search, I find a number of bloggers here, and I can go into a particular blogger. There's a handsome looking blogger here. Let's go look at this particular record. So you can see that I get information about the blogger. Here is a bio information about the blogger, or the content creator in this case. And then I can also look at the social media profile for this blogger. This is taking a little longer because it went and updated all these numbers here because nobody had been here for a little while. And so you can see the Twitter followers, and you can find out information about what they have on Flickr and LinkedIn, depending on what the content creator has put in here. You can also see the blogs that this particular blogger has, in this case, The Amateur Traveler. Here's some information that they have provided in terms of Google Analytics, both in terms of page views as well as what countries are listening to, or as well as what countries are going to that particular blog. You can also see this blogger schedule and where they're going to be over the next little bit here. Zoom in on a particular area if you're interested in where they're going to be, for instance, in the US. You can look at that. And then also some examples. This blogger has put in some examples of awards they have won, hotels reviews they've done, various kind of examples. That's up to the blogger what's there. And then there's an area also that I can keep notes on this blogger if I want to keep track of why I'm talking to them. So if I go back here to the search, let's say I'm doing a different type of search here. This time let's do a search because I've got a specific event going on. I've got a specific event going on in New York City. And so I've got an event that is happening now there's two different places in location. This is where the blogger here on the left has said they are from, but this is where they're going to be, and this uses their schedule. And so I can say, for instance, I'm looking for bloggers who will be in New York City, and then if I don't specify a date, it's just anybody who is going to be in New York City at all. Don't want anything to limit all that. Okay, let's go back here. And again, I'm going to sort that by, this time I'm going to sort it by Clout Score for no particularly good reason. So these are all the bloggers who have said they're going to be in New York City. So it includes a lot of bloggers, for instance, who are in New York City, but you can see Kim here is actually from Massachusetts, but has a trip planned to New York City. And so I can also then say who is going to be there on a particular day. Let's say I'm doing an event here on the 30th and I want to know who's going to be in town. Then I can limit it to just bloggers who are going to be in town on that particular day. And this is going to find, in this case, Kim is not going to be there, but Sharu is actually going to be there, but she's in New Jersey. That just happens to be within 50 kilometers of New York City, and so it's finding her because she is nearby. There's a number of different pages I can look at here if I want to look at different information. The other thing I could do, another type of search I can do here is, let's say I want to do a trip and I want to do it with photographers. And so I can go down here and I can say I'm looking for somebody who said they do photography. And I'm just going to sort this by last name this time. And then I can find a number of people who said they do photography. And then
Also, I can create a list, and we'll talk more about how to create lists later on in a different video. But once I have a list, say the photographers list that I created elsewhere, then once I say I want to move or copy users to photographers, then I can basically create a different set of people, and then I can have them for later use if I want to go back later on and say, oh, where were those photographers that I had searched for earlier? And that is how search works on Blogger Bridge.